I mean, I don't understand why they hemmed these guys up so hard. Why'd you guys pull them over and skiff them down, search them like they were hardened criminals? Why'd they pull you over?
They said that I got to stop for like 2 or 3 seconds. I didn't stop.
So this whole thing of them pulling you out of the car and then they were searching you and patting you down because you made a turn?
Yeah.
Stop searching. Tell them.
Stop interrupting.
I just said Houston versus Hill, 1987. It's my God-given right to interfere. Listen,
you're yelling again.
If you want to find out, then just go ahead and put your torture cuffs on me and see what happens.
On you.
I'm just saying.
I am politely asking you to stop yelling.
And I'm
over there
politely
while they're
telling
talking.
you
You're not.
that I have a right to interfere. Houston versus Hill. Why would I be polite to you?
You said
you are the actual problem. Okay. Let me ask you a question. What are you solving here tonight?
You have absolutely
no idea. What are you solving?
You have no idea.
What are you solving?
You have no idea what's going on.
I know that no matter what if their entire truck is full of drugs, you're not helping anything.
Okay.
You're ruining our country further.
Got it.
You're getting bonuses and accolades. And see, I have another camera over here so the copper can't block me and see because at all times you have to keep a camera on these guys. At all times. You can never trust this man right here, ever. He's trained to lie. He's trained to deceive you. He's trained to put you in a dungeon. That's his job. His goal is to put those guys in jail, impound their car, and take their money. That's his job. He is the enemy of the people.
How you doing? How you doing, sir? You okay? You good? Is everything okay? Can you just do me a favor?
Please don't impede my rights. I'm a constitutional law scholar. This will be your only warning. If you block my camera, that is prior restraint. I will file a lawsuit against you. Move your and move it now. Okay. You don't know who you're dealing with here.
I'm going to ask you to stand over here.
You know, I'm not moving.
As long as you stand back here.
If you stand in front of my camera, give me your name and badge number now. Give me your name and badge number. I'll file a lawsuit against you tomorrow. Back up. This is prior restraint. Move your ass. I'm doing my job. Back up out of my camera zone, or I'm telling you what right now. Don't block my camera. I'm the press. Back up. I don't give a who you are. Stop talking to me and I'll stop talking. Back away from me. You're interfering. Sir, I'm a constitutional law scholar. Don't block my camera. I'm doing my job. Leave me alone and I'll leave you alone.
Don't come closer, please.
Eat my shorts, copper. I'm doing my job. Don't block my camera. It's called prior restraint, dunce cap. I know they don't teach you at the academy. Now you learned. Don't come up here like this. If you hadn't come up here like this, we wouldn't even be talking right now. Don't be a drone. Don't you ever block my camera. What is wrong with you guys? I'm literally just doing my job. You don't need any help. You got your job, I got mine. Revoke consent. Tell them not to search your car. United States versus Williams, 2018.
Do not interfere with my stop.
This is not an interference.
Do not interfere with my stop.
Go ahead, arrest me. See what happens.
I'll
chase your fucking job down, buddy.
Interfere with my
you don't know who you're playing with right now. You can look up my channel when we're done.
You can yell
but
me all
I
you
can
want.
say anything I want.
You cannot interfere
I
with
can
my
speak
stop.
to them. Yes, I
No, you
can.
cannot.
You are
You
mistaken.
cannot interfere with
You are
my stop.
mistaken.
You can stand here and record all
The
you
first
want.
principle
Do
of
not
liberty
interfere
is
with
the
my
right
stop.
to speak. He has the right to revoke consent from that cop.
But I don't need you
You have to
yelling at
tell
them
him
while
to
they're
revoke
talking to them.
consent.
They've
I
already
can
spoken
say
to them.
anything I'd like. Don't you know anything about my rights?
I do.
Are you new? How long
I
you
am
been a
not.
copper for?
A very long time.
So you're a gang unit copper?
Yes, I am.
How are the gangs now since the 90s? Worse than ever. Good job. And now you don't even know the law. I can tell them that they can revoke consent.
I cannot have you interfering with the stop.
Interference is a physical
Yelling while they're trying
Interference
to
is
interview
a physical
them is
construction.
interfering with their stop. You're obstructing their investigation.
Why
by
is he
yelling
searching
at
the
them.
man's car?
That's between them. There's nothing
But
to
they
do
have
with
the
you.
right to revoke consent.
They do. That's between them. You have nothing to do with that.
Let me just say something. You're talking to the judge.
Okay.
And in my 1983 against you, you'll lose because of
Got
these
it.
moments here.
Thank you.
I have every right to interrupt. I don't have a right to physically interrupt. I don't have a right to go over and get in the middle of them. That's interference. That's obstruction. Don't you know anything? Don't you read Black's Dictionary? Don't you know the law?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then what's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Rivera.
Sergeant Rivera.
Number 8866.
Okay. 8836.
8866.
8866. So they don't get to search a car because they pull somebody over.
Correct.
And if your cops hadn't come running over here, we wouldn't even be interacting right now. You were here the whole time. I hadn't said a word to you, had I? Just doing my job. Who jumps out of the car with 2 cameras ready to fist fight and have a shootout? How many times have you seen that? Right, but the guy, teach your cop not to come up and block my camera.
I asked them to come over here.
Right, but if you block my camera, it's called prior restraint.
There you go. I'm not blocking your camera. I asked them to come over here, just let you know to come on over and interfere with the stop. That was it. But they.
For what though?
But there was a lot of yelling going on. So
there
that's
wasn't
why
any
I came
yelling
over
until
here.
he blocked my camera.
Okay. Well, there you go. So now I'm coming over here so cooler heads can prevail. That's all I'm doing.
Listen.
Record all you want. Just ask
Why do
me
you
not
think
to come
I'm here
over there.
right now? What do you think I'm doing here?
I'm recording us.
So do cooler heads prevail when there's nobody here recording? No. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
You guys can't be trusted alone.
Okay.
And by the way, when I drove by here, they were patting these guys down and grabbing them up as though they were trying to catch fish out of a river. Just grabbing them, just physically grabbing them. You should have seen it. I hope my dash cam caught it. The guy came over and blocked my camera for no reason. Get that guy out of your truck. Tell him you revoke consent. You revoke consent and they can't search your car. This is where you can't trust cops. This is where they plant drugs. It happens all the time. Every day in America, these filthy cops are planting drugs on people. Every day. There's nobody here filming this cop while he's searching this guy's truck. All these guys have to do to get a bonus or a promotion or an accolade or an award is drop a little tiny baggie in the back of that truck and they're getting a bonus, they're getting a promotion, and it happens daily in the United States. Every single day these guys plant drugs in people's cars because there's no one recording them. They hide their body cam and they cheat you. I mean, what's the probable cause to search a car? So if they do find some drugs in here, what are they doing? Nothing. They're just ruining more people's lives. They're not solving any problems here. They're searching little tiny compartments to find drugs to ruin these guys' lives. They'll get money from the state. They'll get bonuses. They'll get promotions. They say stupid things like, I get to go home safe to my family, while they ruin someone's life. And it doesn't do any good for anybody. No matter what they have in that truck, these guys aren't helping anything. These guys are the problem. They're the problem. The cops are the problem. He doesn't get to search your truck. Tell him to stop and he has to stop. Tell him stop searching and he has to stop. By law. That's the law. That's a fact. That's a fact. Tell him stop searching. Say it out loud. Stop searching and he has to stop. That's a fact. Stop searching. Tell him.
Stop interrupting.
I just say Houston versus Hill, 1987. It's my God-given right to interfere. Listen,
you're yelling again.
If you want to find out, then just go ahead and put your torture cuffs on me and see what happens.
Handcuffs on you.
I'm just saying.
I am politely asking you to stop yelling
over there.
And I'm politely
telling
talking.
you that I have a right to interfere.
Houston
versus Hill. Why would I be polite to you?
You said
you were being
polite.
You are the actual problem.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. What are you solving here tonight?
You have absolutely
what are you solving?
You have no idea.
What are you solving?
You have no idea what's going on.
They said that I got to stop for like 2 or 3 seconds. I didn't stop.
So this whole thing of them pulling you out of the car and then they were searching you and patting you down because you made a turn?
Yeah.
I know that no matter what if their entire truck is full of drugs, you're not helping anything.
Okay.
You're ruining our country further.
Got it.
You're getting bonuses and accolades. And see, I have another camera over here so the copper can't block me and see, because at all times you have to keep a camera on these guys. At all times. You can never trust this man right here, ever. He's trained to lie. He's trained to deceive you. He's trained to put you in a dungeon. That's his job. His goal is to put those guys in jail, impound their car, and take their money. That's his job. He is the enemy of the people. You wonder what made me this way? Your system. Your system. Want to know why I know Lawz so well? The way you treat people. The way you put torture cuffs on people. The way you abuse people is the reason I'm the way I am.
Handcuffs?
You're not gonna put me in handcuffs.
Have I been anything other than polite to you?
You're not gonna put me in handcuffs.
Have I been anything other than polite to you?
Polite to me is you drag people off to a dungeon where they get raped, where they get hepatitis and AIDS.
Have I done any of those things to you?
Come on, dude.
I'm just asking you to stop yelling at them while they're trying to do
Listen,
their job.
I wasn't yelling. I was simply telling the man he has a right to stop a
yelling
search.
in their direction. They heard you 3 times. Okay?
I have a right. Do you know Houston versus Hill, 1987?
Yes,
what does it say?
do.
What does it say?
I'm not going to get into a law
Of
debate.
course you're not. You don't ever want to have a debate because you guys can't have the debate. That's why. Plain and simple. They're doing nothing here. They're wasting our money. These guys there's no victims here. I mean, Sergeant, where are the victims? Where are the victims? Sergeant, where are the victims that these people created? Where are the people who are injured? Where's the women who are raped, the children who are beaten?
I can't talk to you about their case.
Of course you can't. Of course you can't.
I can't take their rights away. It's their right for me not to share their information with you.
Dude, the reason they're in this jackpot's because of you. The reason they're here right now is because of you guys. Oh, you're that worked up over traffic? You should see how you guys drive. You guys drive like constantly. You're really lecturing him about driving? Incredible, dude. Just let the man go home. Just let the man go home. Oh, you took a right here and you were in that lane over there and then you pulled over here and now we're gonna grab you and treat you like you're terrible. You should not have been in that lane, you SOB. They grabbed these guys and were patting them down as though they had stolen gold up and down their pants. You should have seen it. Like there was diamonds and golds down their pants. They were grabbing these guys. You should have seen it. It was incredible. I hope my dash cam got it. But now he's giving them a lecture about which lane to be in when he turns. Good thing for you, Copper. Saving the world because saving from driving. This truck, man, wow. Lots of dead bodies all over the road, Copper. Way to go, you saved the day. Way to save us all from these guys from driving. More tyranny, boys. Enjoy your tyrannical night. I can't believe this guy was just telling him, you were in this lane over here and then you went in this lane over there. Really? That's what this stop is about? About someone getting in the wrong lane? I mean, is that what he said, Sergeant? Is that what he's talking about? He got in the wrong lane. It's like a forced friendship. You have to be amicable and cordial to these guys as they pull you over to take the money out of your wallet. You know, if you don't put on a nice face and don't get to that, yeah, it's cool, man, no big deal, then you're the jerk if you don't get amicable and agreeable with these guys who pulled over to take the money out of your wallet. You sure, Sergeant? I mean, those last two guys, you might need two more guys here with my camera system over here. You know what I'm saying? I could really get dangerous, you know, shooting my camera. I mean, telling me I can't even speak. You wanted to stop me from speaking? Like I'm not allowed to speak? How come? I'm just like, it's amazing. And the worst part about it is that you think you've done good for 20 years. That's the worst part. You're part of the ruining of our country, dude. I mean, you just are. I'm sorry. You know, history will look back on this time when we had law enforcers in America, and they'll go, it was a terrible time. I can't speak in this area because I lose my liberty to speak because the cops are here. I mean, how do you put up with all that cop-splaining? I couldn't listen to that cop talk that much. I'd tell him just to shut up and get out of my ear. Give me my ticket or don't. I couldn't sit and listen to that crap that long. My God. You got to be close to retirement, man. Get out of this job. I mean, really, get out of this job and do something else. Got to be something better. You don't seem like too bad of a guy. Got to be something better you could do. Now, if these guys don't play the get along game, then they're bad. Aggressively patting these guys down as though they're some sort of I mean, is that part of the Clark County attire now? Is a beanie? The cops wear beanies on the job now. I mean, it's a fair question. It's not a great look. Looks a little rough. I mean, if you notice, take a good look, he's already got his gloves on. The reason they have gloves on is so they don't get your bodily fluid or blood on your body. That's why they wear gloves. I mean, he's already wearing the gloves. You can see right there. He's got the it means he had the gloves on the moment the stop began. Now they got to sit there and get cops blamed to for 10-15 minutes while they get the money out of their wallet stolen for driving. This copper here didn't like how he was driving, so pulled him over. And I'm going to zoom in with my other camera. See, you were taking the left over here, and then see, he was taking the left over here, and then you didn't get in the left lane over there, so we pulled you over as though you were Al Capone and hardened criminals, and that's how he treated him. That's how the stop began. That's how the stop began. I mean, it looks like the guy's got his stuff in the back. I mean, you just have to you're supposed to just tolerate it. You just have to just put up with these guys' shit. You have to just put up with being randomly pulled over and then jerked out of your car and skiffed down. They patted these guys down like they were just the worst of worst criminals. I mean, I think I got it on my dash cam. I'll review it. And now they're standing there talking to them like they're regular human beings. I mean, look at that. They went from, we got to grab you and pat you down like you're hardened criminals, to now we can just stand here and have a conversation and just treat you like you're normal. Because you are, because you're just a person. That's how far they take the officer safety thing. We got to grab you and treat you like total shit until we know that we're safe. Sorry for the language, guys. I just don't like cops blocking my camera.
So you've never been arrested? Have or have not? Okay.
Don't answer any questions. Don't answer any questions. Don't help him out. Don't talk to cops. The less you say, the better. See, his job is to steal these guys. His job is to arrest this guy. That's what his job is. He's going to do everything in his power to find him, fee him, arrest him, impound his vehicle, find something about him that he can charge him with a crime for. Because if it was just protecting and serving, the protecting and serving is over. These guys are no danger to society. But now he's prodding and probing and have you been arrested? Have you been arrested for this or that? Where were you arrested? Trying to find some reason to charge him with a crime. Let me see him smacking his gum. Let me zoom in. You see the piggy right there smacking his gum? You see him smacking his... Look at him. Smacking his gum as he steals the guy's money out of his wallet. And the other guy seems like he's offended that I'm here. This guy right here. But this guy's just smacking his gum. Just smacking away. And the other guy's just cop-splaining, dude. I tell you, I couldn't listen to that pig talking for more than a couple seconds before I told him to shut his piggy mouth. I mean, I wouldn't be able to listen to it. Sorry. The passenger of the car does not have to identify unless you're arrested. You don't have to give me any information, passenger. None. Zero. Shit, he only asks so he can arrest the man for something. Their literal job is to arrest you. That's the plan. That's what these guys are doing here. They want to arrest these guys. They want to impound their vehicle. They want to take money out of them to pay these guys. These guys are robbing these guys so that they can take their money. If you're the passenger in a vehicle, you do not have to identify yourself. They'll try to order you out of the car using a combination of Terry versus Ohio and Arizona versus Johnson. However, Pennsylvania versus Mims is the statute that says you have to get out of the car. And they have to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous, or you don't got to get out of the car. I mean, he's just giving this cop addresses and all kinds of stuff, and you don't have to. So I don't mean to confuse you guys. Arizona versus Johnson is the 2009 case that says that if you're the passenger in a car, they can order you out of the car based on officer safety. Arizona versus Johnson does not say you have to identify yourself if you're ordered out of a car, if you're the passenger in a car. And again, the case precedent of Arizona versus Johnson is Pennsylvania versus Mims, which says that they have to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous. So that 95% of us are going to say, I'm not getting out of the car because it doesn't hold.
I'm sorry I'm asking so many questions. I just have to get it right to understand. And I appreciate your honesty about what's going on.
No. I got to switch hands. Let me switch hands. Not true. Not true. Not true. He's asking so many questions so that he can arrest him. Adrian, every bit of information you give, they're using against you to try to arrest you. Stop giving them information. Stop giving them information about yourself. Every single word they're using against you. Don't give cops information against you. It's best if you just stop talking to that guy. When you get into these conversations with cops here, and they're over here and they're talking, don't talk with them. They're gonna wanna have small talk with you. Don't engage. They're trying to find a reason to charge you with a crime, a way to charge you with a crime from something that you say when you slip during small talk. Do not engage with small talk with coppers. My fingers are frozen. These coppers over here talking to him like they're long-lost brothers. They're not long-lost brothers. You're forced into this forced friendship with this guy that if you're not cordial to him, he can try to do anything to you because there's no one to check him. But he's over there talking to the guy like they're best friends. Don't do it. Don't engage. Tell him, I don't talk to cops. Stop talking to me.
Yeah, so I think I figured it out. You're right. There's some exactly the same name. Yeah. So I'm going to confirm it right now for you, and we should be good, okay? So I appreciate your patience, all right?
Let's ask the sergeant some questions. I'm gonna sneak on over to the car and see if I can see the monitor in the window. Anything I can see from the public view is perfectly legal for me to film. Anything I can see from my public view is legal for me to film. But that copper came over and took a look at this guy's screen, so let's see what he looked at. 30 minutes here so far. It's like they don't know why we're here. I mean, why do you think I exist? How come you think my existence is even a thing? Why do you think it is? I mean, why do you think that is? I'll give you a clue. It's August Vollmer, 1929. August Vollmer, do you know who that is? Do you have any idea of your history? I don't think you do, but that's all right. I'm used to it. Most cops are dunce caps.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to your camera?
I'm talking to you. Do you know who August Vollmer is? Do you know who August Vollmer is?
I don't.
Do you know why I'm here?
No.
August Vollmer wrote the Policeman's Handbook, 1929, part of the Wickersham Commission on prohibition from the cops being the biggest alcohol swindlers there were. So he wrote a handbook. And that handbook, what it did is gave police autonomy to clean up their own backyard, put a ranking system in that's abysmal and disgusting. But what that did is, when you guys were then tasked to clean up your own backyard, that's why I exist now. You guys made me, you created me, because you guys don't clean up your own backyard. You guys don't take care of the public. Your job is to fee, fine, collect, hurt, harass, and kill. And that's the reason why people like me exist. 2022, I was a lot nicer to you guys. 2023, it's to the point now where you guys keep walking around with these torture cuffs on your belt like you don't torture people with torture cuffs. You know, and it's got to the point where something's got to be said. I suggest you look into August Vollmer, find out about your history of policing. I mean, see, like, look, I know you're the enemy. You know I'm your enemy. You know we're against each other, right?
Actually, I don't think you're my enemy.
Oh, you do. The whole talk back and forth in your precinct is whatever it takes for you to go home safe at the end of your shift. It is not protect and serve the people. It's officer safety first. The training videos are all wide open. Officer safety only. Whatever it takes for us to go home safe. You guys are a protected class. It's terrible, dude. I mean, even though we're enemies, it doesn't mean we can't try to find some common ground. You know, we don't have to be horrible to one another.
I disagree. We're not enemies at all.
You are my enemy. When I drive down the road, you're the fear. You're the danger. You're the terror in the night. You are. Not these guys, you. So how do we bridge this? How do we get better? How do we start to make it better? But none of you guys ever want to have that talk. We don't have an argument. We're not going to sit here and discuss it on the side of the road. None of you guys ever want to take on your own responsibility that you put torture cuffs on people.
I'll have a conversation with you.
Then why don't you talk about getting rid of the torture cuffs? That would be the first thing. What? Oh, you can't do? You just can't get rid of torture cuffs? You have to be able to put people's arms behind their back and torture them? Have you been in the torture cuffs for any amount of...
Yes, I have.
Let me put them on you, cop style. Let me show you how they really feel. And then I'll forget to lock them for your first 15 minutes. Oh, sorry about that. Forgot to lock them. You wonder why we're enemies. That's why, brother. Right there. Right there. I mean, what is hemming these guys up doing? What good are you really doing? If you hem them up, what good's it do in society? Do you save anybody? I I mean, your job is to protect people, to protect rights of people. Your job is not to do this. You can clearly see that there's no kidnapped children, there's no beaten women in that truck. Why don't you just let them go?
I will.
We don't have to be enemies, dude. You guys have to start to make some concessions, like getting rid of torture cuffs. I mean, you know it. You know the guys who film you guys are the enemies. You're targeting people who film you guys. I'm just a little bit different. A little different. Got a couple cops fired up there in Ohio. I'm hoping to get a couple more down here in the Southwest. I mean, I don't understand why they hemmed these guys up so hard. Why'd you guys pull them over and skiff them down? Search them like they were hardened criminals. Like you got a call they were fleeing an armed robbery. I mean, that's how you treated them when they were pulled over. That's why I stopped. It was a little bit aggressive to just pull guys over and jerk them out of their truck. I mean, they were out of the truck within like 2 seconds. Which, for what? Because they're Mexican. That's why. I know you got stuff to do, bro. You're on the welfare dime, brother. Don't worry about it. Paychecks coming in for you guys. Bonuses for the COVID thing. It's like a forced friendship. I gotta be friendly with these guys, or they're gonna impound my truck and put me in jail. And if I don't have everything dotted and crossed, it looks like a decent dude to me, doesn't it? Looks like a regular guy just driving around. They gotta sit here and be friendly with these guys that they're forced into this. They don't want to sit here and be friendly with these cops, but they have to. They have no choice. They have to be friendly. If they're not, well, then their car will get impounded. They'll be charged with crimes. They'll be arrested, slapped in the torture cuffs. But this copper here can't talk about. Can't talk about those torture cuffs. I mentioned it, and he just, no way we're getting rid of torture cuffs. You see his reaction? Incredible. He doesn't believe him. I mean, you know about prior restraint. You should have told your copper not to block my camera. That's all I was asking. Now it's a handshake. Now we're friends again. Now we're friendly. Now they're friendly. Now you guys are buddies. You good? Why'd they pull you guys over? Why'd they pull you over?
No English.
Senor, why'd they pull you over?
Yeah. Oh, cause I make a turn on the
and then
on the right on the corner, and it was red.
So you made a turn on a red.
But they said that I gotta stop because it was red, and then go.
So you made a turn on a corner, and then they had you out of the car in 2 seconds, right?
Yeah. They said that I gotta stop for like 2 or 3 seconds. I didn't stop.
So
I just
this whole
straight.
thing of them pulling you out of the car, and then they were
Yeah.
searching you and patting you down because you made a turn.
Yeah. I make a right turn on the red light.
You make a right turn on a red light.
Yeah, exactly.
And so they jerked you out of the car, were patting you down like you were. I mean, they were up your. And then why were they searching your car?
Because they told me that if I got any weapons, and I don't know the way they would dress, so I don't know what happened, but I guess it was kind of like, you know, because the way we dress or something.
Because the way you dressed,
I'm pretty sure.
it's because you're Latino, brother. That's the
Well,
reason why.
It can be.
That's the reason why.
Right.
That's the reason why. Because you're Latino.
Yeah.
So all that, and then did they ask to search your car?
Yeah.
And you
They
let
do.
them?
Yeah. But
You
after
d-
you told me, that's why I told them to stop, because I don't feel.
Did you tell them out loud to stop? You have to say, I revoke consent. Did you do that?
Yeah.
I revoke consent. That's what you
I
say.
didn't say that word.
You have
I
to
said-
say, I revoke consent.
I revoke consent. Okay.
It's on Delete Lawz on my webpage. Delete Lawz. Go to my webpage with a Z. Delete Lawz. It's on YouTube on Delete Lawz.
Okay.
Get that trifold and memorize it. And never let them search. If you let them search your car, you change your mind 2 seconds later. Oh, I revoke consent. Sorry.
Revoke consent. All right.
I revoke consent. Delete Lawz. Lawz. No tickets though? He didn't give you a ticket?
No, this guy.
Oh, the camera, bro. You didn't get a ticket because the
Yeah,
camera
that's
was
why.
here. If the cameras hadn't been here, you would have got a ticket. Never give them any information if you're the passenger. Never. He asks you information, you say no. Nothing. He says you're under arrest. Say, okay, fine, I'm under arrest. I'm not giving you my ID. I'm not giving you shit. They're here to ruin us, bro.
Yeah.
They're the enemy of the people.
Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you, brother. Take care. So, there that is. Scoot over, Charlie. Scoot over, Charlie. Good boy. That's a good boy. So, there that is. You guys can now see what I'm talking about. They pulled those guys over like that because they had made a turn and didn't use a blinker. Jerked them out of their car, patted them down, felt them up, hemmed them up. I've been filming for 40 minutes. They pulled them over 41, 42 minutes ago. I had to whip around and come back around. They already had them out of the car. Delete Lawz, folks. See you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.